All right. But here's where we're going. So I thought, okay, I got to help some folks tonight. I got to find something to talk about. And there's, again, a lot to talk about. Things we might get to. Things we might not. But before I was set to record, something happened that humbled me and reminded me that I am no great podcast guru. I am no self-help genius. I'm just a human being trying to live in this world. And this also shows that, hey, with all the bigger problems in the world, sometimes it's hard to even focus on those because of the problems going on in your own house. This is why I cannot and refuse to accept the idea of believing in my own hype. I'm an idiot. Like we talked about last week, this is what happened. I came in from the gym. Yeah, I was lifting weights. Are you impressed? You should be. Got up to 15 pounds with my lower back injury. Oh, we're looking good. Came inside, and we have this thing. I'll set the table a little bit. We have this thing in our living room we call the Castle. It is almost looks like a UFC, MMA octagon for dogs, for Chihuahuas. But it's pretty sizable. And we put the dogs in it, usually one at a time, when they're, they need to be kind of locked away for their own good and our own sanity. These Chihuahuas with their demands and their attitudes. So we'll say, hey, put Baxter in the Castle. And so that's what happened tonight. I came in from the gym. Grace was doing some work. And she said, hey, could you, put Baxter in the Castle? So I did. Then I came back from my workout, all just geeked up, excited, ready to record an episode of The Blathering and help people. Because that's what I do. That's what I do with my broadcast, and I help people. I got so excited. I got no list of topics, but I think let's get to some things. I open up the door, and by the way, I'm going to stop right now and say this next segment, it's got some dirty talk in it. All right, not the fun stuff, not the stuff you can sell on a website, but I'm talking about like it's a poop story. It's a poop story. I walk in. Our gym's in our garage. I walk in. It's pouring rain, by the way. All right. The atmospheric river or whatever has hit California again, has hit us. It's raining heavy again. And I walk in, and it smells bad. It smells like exact truck stop bathroom, but not like a Love's or any one of those Flying J's. None of that. It smells like the one where you're like, we shouldn't stop here. Someone keep the car running and watch for me. And if I don't come back in 2 minutes, we leave. It smelled like that. And Baxter, 16-and-a-half-year-old Baxter, is in the Castle, and he's whining. And I step over, and luckily we have it lined with a big, giant doggy pad, like big, giant one, and we have the pee pad kind of thing. It's layered. Oh, man. He had seen a man about a horse. He had dropped the kids off at the pool, except for the kids were mushy and not right. And to make matters worse, he is blind. He's 16 and a half and blind. Clearly, at some point, not happy, number one, that he's in the Castle, because these dogs do not like being in there. If you put Franny or Baxter wherever they don't want to be, they'll let you know. Don't you dare control our lives. So he's very unhappy. He clearly, I'll drop this deuce, stepped in it, freaked out. There is a smushed pile. There is footprints, little brown footprints all over the pad. I hope all of you are eating while you're listening to this, because I had to deal with this. He has got, we have like a little tent, little like doggy tent inside the Castle. Somehow managed to get, I'll be scientific this time around, the feces on the side of it up, as if he had taken his tail and been like, I've got some art I want to paint, some wall art. And then it's on him. And then he's clearly upset. He's upset that he's in there. He's upset that this has happened. He might have a little embarrassment, some shame. He's an older dog. He's going through some things. So he is in the corner of the Castle, whining, crying. Not even like, hey, get me out, but like something's gone wrong, crying. And he's got his face, his little cute blind face, into the corner of the Castle like he's, like it's the end of Blair Witch. Just Mikey's against the wall. Baxter's against the wall, and he's just whining. Smells terrible. So now I can't get into the shower. I can't clean up. I can't get my podcast started. I can't go change the world. I can't go help all of you. I got to deal with this dog shit. And the dog covered in it. And the pissed off dog and scared dog and the maybe little shamed dog reacting to it. And then we got the other dog, Franny, on the couch, who's like, look, I didn't do it, but something's wrong. So I'm like, I gotta give him a bath. I gotta take his. He had a little R2D2 doggy sweater on. We call him Baxter D2. I had to take that off. I had to do this carefully. I have to get into the castle, which is kind of hard with my lower back problem. I can't kind of get in there, and then he's freaking out, and he's moving. He doesn't come when you call anymore because he doesn't know where the hell you are. He just kind of hears your voice. And then I'm like, I got to give him a bath. We have a little plastic tub we put in the sink. We call it the Bax tub. We got cute names for things, by the way. But the sink was full of dishes, so I was pissed at myself that I didn't do the dishes early in the day. I had to take all the dry dishes. You know, the thing I hate about doing dishes, it's the dry dishes. It's the dishes that have dried, and you got to put them back. And it's like some kind of reverse treasure hunt where you're returning artifacts to places you don't quite know where. And then I got to wash an excessive amount of dishes I'd let pile up. And then I do that. So I was pissed about that. I'm washing that. In the meantime, he's screaming in the castle, stepping in it more. Clean the dishes, clear the sink. I go, it's like a construction project. I'm picking one item at a time, going outside. And again, not saying I'm a hero, not saying I'm brave, but it's pouring rain. Our washer and dryer's outside in this garage. Again, have this house built in 1920. They didn't accommodate for washers and dryers when they built the house in 1920. So we have to go to the garage. It's pouring rain. I'm doing this by myself. Grace is working. I'm not going to pull her out for this. She can't come out for this. Baxter's crying. One by one, some of the items got to go in the washer, but then some of them are so covered in Baxter's handiwork that I have to stand out there in the rain, turn on the hose, which meant I had to go dig into the mud, get the hose, mud all over me now, and I'm washing off this little bed and the doggy pad, which is pretty giant, and I'm spraying this down in the pouring rain, so I just put it in the washer, managed to do all that, managed to undress Baxter D2, getting the minimal amount of feces on my hands, the minimal amount, but not all of it. Put him in the bath. He hates, he's not one of those dogs that loves the bath. He thinks he's being waterboarded. He's also blind. I'm trying to get the temperature right. I'm trying to calm him down. He's freaking out. He slips, actually falls under the water, and snoot up, luckily, ears dry. He's freaking out. Franny comes in. Franny gets all upset at me. What are you doing to brother? She's freaking out on the floor. And the whole time I'm thinking, I am not as cool as I want to be. I am not as cool as I dreamed of. And all I wanted to do tonight was podcast. All I wanted to do was change the world. But here I am washing a shit-covered dog in a kitchen sink. And I just felt, as disgusting as that might be, and even though I use some words that might not go well with your dinner that you're, I'm sure, having with this podcast, I feel I needed to share the story. I think I needed to get that out. I needed to purge that because that's where I'm at. There's absolutely serious things out there, right? I'm absolutely upset about some things. I absolutely want to talk about it. But that's where I'm at. Washing poop-covered dog tails and poop-covered dog feet. I guess you could say I'm just like you. Celebrities, because I ain't one, but we're just like you.